Can you imagine a coach looking his quarterback straight in the eye and saying, "I failed you"? That's exactly what happened with Todd Monken and Lamar Jackson. After a season full of ups and downs, Monken finally spoke the truth about what went wrong with the Ravens offense. And his confession isn't just shocking. It explains a lot that nobody seemed to understand about 2025. And we're not talking about random stats lost in the middle of a box score. He revealed exactly where he went wrong, how it affected Lamar, and why the team went from a dominant offense to one full of stumbles. If you want to understand everything that led to the Ravens' decline, the injuries, the critical mistakes, and the offensive meltdown, you need to stick with me until the very end. What Monken said could completely change the way you look at this entire season. Todd Monken was brutally honest when reviewing the season and admitted he failed Lamar Jackson. He recognized that he didn't coach the quarterback at the level the team needed, and that directly impacted the results throughout the year. Without blaming anyone else or dodging responsibility, Monken acknowledged that he could have done more and done it better to help the offense succeed. He also spoke about his relationship with Lamar, emphasizing that it could have been closer and more effective. In an NFL offense, a coach and quarterback need to be completely on the same page, with clear communication, mutual trust, and a shared understanding of the game. Monken made it clear that this connection wasn't what it needed to be, and that it affected the team's overall performance. By saying the offense didn't win enough, Monken admitted the offensive plan fell short of the standard expected. He knows that adjustments, decisions, and preparation are the coordinator's direct responsibility, and when the results aren't there, he takes accountability, no excuses. This honesty helps explain why an offense that was once so strong fell apart. When the coordinator himself admits he couldn't get the best out of his quarterback, it's clear that key mistakes were made. And that point ties directly to the rest of the season, where other factors also weighed heavily on the team's performance. The 2025 season was a shock for the Ravens, coming off a dominant 2024 offense. After leading the NFL the year before, the team finished 8-9 and missed the playoffs, a clear drop-off in offensive production. The offense that once seemed nearly unstoppable began to wobble, losing consistency and rhythm at critical moments, leaving the team vulnerable in the most important games. Even though they were still one of the higher-scoring teams, the passing game took a serious hit. Drives that normally moved the chains with ease began to stall, and the team struggled to sustain possession and apply pressure on opposing defenses. This inconsistency hurt not only immediate results, but also the team's overall confidence throughout the season. The offensive issues weren't just technical. The team also struggled to adjust to defensive changes in critical in-game situations. Without quick, efficient responses, the offense lost valuable opportunities and watched winnable games slip away by the smallest of margins. All of these factors explain the stark difference between the previous season and 2025. What makes this decline even more apparent is that much of the impact came from the quarterback himself. When an offense that used a function almost automatically starts depending on adjustments that never come together, it's clear it's not just a numbers problem. It's a matter of individual and collective consistency. This highlights the moments where Lamar Jackson faced crucial struggles, setting up the next point about his late-season slump. Even as a two-time MVP, Lamar Jackson faced tough moments this season. He had key games where he couldn't maintain his usual level of play, including November performance with 3 costly turnovers. These mistakes directly affected the results, especially in the stretch run, when the Ravens lost 4 of Lamar's final 6 starts. Lamar's inconsistency combined with broader offensive problems that couldn't maintain rhythm and efficiency in critical moments. Important drives were wasted, and plays that once worked routinely started to fail. This fluctuation hurt the team's ability to respond and increased pressure on opponents. Even with all of Lamar's talent, risky decisions and execution mistakes had a major impact on the season. The quarterback tried to carry the team in multiple critical situations, but he couldn't always convert plays or maintain offensive consistency. This scenario helps explain why the team dropped off compared to the previous season. This late-season slump shows that the Ravens' decline wasn't just due to individual mistakes, but a combination of factors across the offense. Lamar's struggles in critical moments are directly tied to injuries and a drop in production, which we'll dive into next when we look at how his health affected the season.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Injuries were a central factor in the Ravens season and Lamar Jackson's performance. The quarterback battled issues with his hip, back, knee, ankle, and toe throughout the year, missing 4 games and leaving 2 others early. These physical limitations hurt not just his output, but also the consistency of the entire offense. The impact of these injuries showed up in the stats. Lamar averaged 49.3 fewer passing yards per game compared to the year before, threw 20 fewer touchdowns, and completed fewer than 200 passes for the first time since his rookie season. These numbers highlight a significant drop from 2024, when he led the league in multiple categories and threw for over 4,100 yards and 41 touchdowns. Beyond the numbers, the injuries kept Lamar from finding rhythm and building continuity throughout the season. Monken mentioned that he wished Lamar could have stayed healthy to capitalize on the progress they had made in previous years. The quarterback's physical struggles contributed to an offense that couldn't stabilize. This situation underscores how external factors like health can drastically alter a team's performance. Lamar's physical setbacks, combined with offensive inconsistency, created a tough environment for the Ravens, setting the stage for the next discussion about the franchise's future. With John Harbaugh gone and Todd Monken unlikely to return, the Ravens are entering a major rebuilding phase. The disappointing 8-9 season made it clear that changes are needed to compete at a high level again, especially for an offense that was once dominant and now needs a full reset. Lamar Jackson remains the centerpiece of this rebuild, entering the 4th year of his 5-year, $260 million contract. He continues to be the focal point of the franchise's future. Keeping him healthy, productive, and in rhythm will be essential for any plan to get the team back on track in the coming years. The team will have to evaluate not just the coaching staff, but also offensive strategies and adjustments to address injuries and quarterback consistency. Finding the right balance between protection, talent development, and adapting to the modern NFL game will be critical for the next steps. This moment marks a pivotal point in the Ravens' recent history. The future depends on strategic decisions, Lamar's health and performance, and the adaptability of the new coaching staff. The 2025 season leaves important lessons and outlines a path the team must follow to return to top-level competition. The 2025 season made it clear that the Ravens faced challenges nobody expected. Todd Monken openly admitted he couldn't get the best out of Lamar Jackson. Lamar had tough moments and battled multiple injuries, and a once-dominant offense fell dramatically. Decisions, preparation, and consistency proved just as important as talent on the field. Now, with Harbaugh gone, Monken likely out, and Lamar still central to the franchise's future, Baltimore faces some critical choices. It's time to rebuild, adjust, and find balance between strategy, quarterback health, and execution. Every move will matter if the team wants to compete at a high level in the NFL again. And you, how do you think the Ravens should handle their offense to get Lamar back on track? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on the franchise's future. One thing is certain. 2026 is shaping up to be a pivotal year for Baltimore, and this story is far from over.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.